My times might change a little bit over the next, let's pause, over the next fortnight. But if you're confused or concerned about what time I'm streaming, just have a look in my Twitch schedule and it'll always be as up to date as I can make it for you guys. So, yeah. I don't know if this thing's going to get any kind of bad problems by being outside, but I don't care. I remember right as I saved last time, I think you guys would have seen this. I threw down these orbital trade beacons. My idea is that maybe I can do some trade with intergalactic stuff, which is the point of building this. I'm still going to need a lot of steel. My problem is I don't have steel. I've got components and stuff. I've actually got a good amount of components. I just don't have steel going. Okay. That is pleasantly louder. Definitely shout out if it gets a little bit too loud at sometimes, because some battles and stuff do get there, and I can adjust my headset by upping and downing the volume, but you guys are kind of stuck with whatever I'm broadcasting. Okay, so I successfully moved this over and up. I've moved this up and over. I think that one only had to come up, but this one had to come up and over. This is all completely moved over now, which is finally fucking great. My hospital's doing good. These areas are growing. It's winter. Very happy to finally get some produce in winter. That one doesn't have any. The animal area is okay. I don't like it, but it's okay. Those are the only ones doing winter. I am still building. I just don't have steel. Oh, these two are ready to go. Somewhat ready to go. Okay. Well, that should mean that I'm getting like a pretty steady amount of stuff. Here's the question. Are they just taking it straight up into here? There's some rice. I was going to say, I'm not seeing any vegetables stored in here. Raw foods. Yeah, no, it's just got the eggs situation. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's hit play. Let's see, I don't have anything going out in the world, I don't think. Oh, I do. Okay, what's going on here? You're coming home. Oh, that's right. You're coming home with prisoners. Yeah, that's right. It's a couple. I thought one of them was mine. Maybe not. I've got 4 prisoners on that one. And this lot are going to the stash, which are going to get attacked by grizzly bears. Oh my god, that reminds me. I heard the stupidest story last night. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any bad animals on my map for a moment. So there was this story of a grizzly bear that had albinism. So when the animal's coat is white, and yeah, anyway, so researchers saw it and thought that it was a polar bear. So they tranked it and took it all the way up to, whichever direction it is. What the fuck is it? Is it Antarctica or something? Give me a quick second. What is it? Antarctica that's got the bears, or is it the other one? Let's see. Which was it Antarctica, and what the fuck's the other one called? And I've completely forgotten, eh? Let's just go with which snow continent. No. What continent snow? That's not what I asked for. What continent has polar bears? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, look, North America is probably where they are and stuff, but how about you slap me up a map, huh? That's going to help me a lot more. Let's just scroll the fuck out of this map until I see the top one. Wow, it doesn't actually... Arctic. Okay, there's Arctic and there's Antarctica. Okay, I don't fucking know, and Google ain't helping me, and I'm just too tired for this shit. Okay, so whichever fucking area that the polar bears are supposed to be, this poor grizzly bear that was albino ended up getting tranked and taken up there. And then, of course, after almost 6 months and almost starving and getting its ass handed to it by the local wildlife polar bears, researchers up there decided that, oh shit, that's actually... down there or wherever, decided, oh shit, that's the wrong kind of bear for this continent. Let's send it back to America. So they tranked it, they took it back. Within another month, it got tranked and taken back to snow. And then after another couple of months, it got discovered again up in the snow. And so they brought it back to America again, but this time they dyed its coat brown in the hopes that it would stay where it's supposed to be for the love of fuck. And it ended up, it stayed until its coat ended up, oh shit, it stayed until its coat ended up, wearing out the color and going back to white, at which point it was trapped again and taken to a zoo and put in a polar bear exhibit, which of course, you know, isn't ideal for it either, although it's at least fed regularly. It's just like, you know, this poor fucking bear is sitting in there with these tank-ass polar bears. And yeah, poor thing. That was basically its entire life. I believe it's still currently alive, but yeah, because it's a Snow White fucking bear, everybody thinks it's a polar bear. I feel really sorry for it, I do, but at the same time, I'm like, humanity is stupid, hey. Humanity's stupid on a special extra level. Let's move these up. Throw down a raid, save. I need him to like flank out a little bit. You, sir, have a gun. I need you to get into place actually really quickly because you'll get it done. I'm kind of glad I took all the ones with the guns, honestly. Okay, Lincoln, come back here. Yeah, I also found out that one of the guys from The Walking Dead is in hell of a boss. I had no fucking idea. Nina, do you have to be asleep right now? Are you having a mental break? You are. Yeah, so apparently, like, my favorite character, Norman Reedus, ended up being in hell of a boss, and I couldn't believe that until I actually went back and watched it independently, because I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Really? He was. Move you back a little bit. I want you to really get hurt. All things considered, this is going well. My horses are just yeeting off out of here. Look at that tiny yak. Look at it. Adorable. Okay, kill those. A lot of alpacas and stuff. Look, if I could take some meat home with me. There's a lot of alpacas on this. Look, there's gonna be something else that attacks me. I remember reading this one said there was gonna be another problem. So if it's not just the bears, I'm guessing I'm gonna get raided as well. So let's move you guys up here. Let's try to get you up to about here. That will do it. That was a good successful raid, so we'll save that. Let's move you up and see what happens, because something else is supposed to happen. I just don't know what. I'm not really seeing anything on the map of concern. Give it time. Get them up closer. Maybe we can claim this and somebody can go inside. There may not be something rabid in here. Okay. Let's load that up. What is this? Granite? Sandstone. Okay. I think we should be okay. I'm gonna pull this apart. And I'm gonna quickly cough, so hold on. Much better. So much better. Oh. Yeah, I'm hoping that my internet holds good again, because I haven't spoke to the internet people yet. they're only open till like 5 during the day. And my partner's the one that kind of like wants to rip into them about like the shittiness of our internet. Like, for instance, if I have even one device in the house running anything off the internet at the same time as I'm streaming, my VODs go to shit. That's actually what's been happening. So it's kind of like we think that our internet's being shaped, even though it's unlimited and stuff. So we're not really getting the quality that we're supposed to be paying for. Oh, good. My caravan's home. My coffee's kind of good, actually. Not gonna lie, it's just some instant stuff. I haven't bought pods for a, well, not since before my birthday because we haven't been able to afford it. Okay, so we've got a few new people here. And I just want to make sure you guys actually... I think Bora is down, isn't he? You down? You hurt? You might be down. Oh. Okay, look, I've got a couple of people in town that might be able to come and pick up these guys. Take them to a bed. They should all actually get taken to a unique bedroom, I'm hoping. No, you can't do it. I'm going to have two chimpanzee people, though, so that's going to get real confusing over time. This game is one of those ones where it's not actually that bad to... there we go. It's not that bad to kind of like manage all your people. The problem that I've got with it is when I start getting multiples of the same name, or when their names only get down to like 1 letter or 2 letters or something like that, and it's next to fucking impossible to see who's what and what they're doing. I sort of wish that their names would stay bigger and it would go all the way up to the edges of each side of the screen, because that'd be so much better. Getting the skip bin tomorrow and having people come out to measure the poles for house. Oh yeah. I thought that you were getting the, because you're getting your house raised, right? So I thought you had that coming. Did they only come out and cut the house in half a fortnight or so ago? They didn't actually like move anything. Is that what happened? Because I legit thought that they cut it and moved it all within like a short period of time. I have watched how people do those lifting things. I only counted how many poles. Oh, okay. Because I thought they were making a heap of noise to cutting something. Yeah, I've watched some older houses and stuff like that. Some old, like, Queensland houses and stuff like that. I call them Queensland houses, but it's kind of like an era of Australian houses. And if you look up, if you're not from Australia and you want to know what I'm talking about, just look up Australia Queenslander home. And it should bring up the most kind of generic old style house that kind of just existed here. And a lot of them are on like stumps and stilts and stuff like that. A lot of them are low, some of them are higher up and stuff. And you can actually watch videos on YouTube where people get their houses raised and stuff like that. And like the whole process can be really cool. Or they can fucking move a house miles away, towns away from each other. And that's also really cool to watch as well, when they like split it in half and then like, you know, move it on to like this big truck and then literally move it cities away. So cool. I'm really pissed that they put this guy in the same fucking room, because this guy's, yeah, he's healing and stuff, but you want to, I was going to say, I'm like, you want to bet where this guy's going? I'm like, here he is. What died from rotting? Sorry? Rice. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's get them all to reduce resistance. Chris, you go have a lay down, hey? I saw you had like poor movement from like the scar and the arm and stuff. Fuck, man's stomach's destroyed. I really thought that that was a thing that only Taco Bell could do. But apparently this game's got it. There's a tiny pig there. I did have some animals survive this absolute massacre that was winter. I know it's very hard to see. For some of the people that are zoomed out on their phone, I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see for once. These are like the guinea pigs and the chickens. should be able to see these pretty clearly, even at like a very small level. I find that when I'm watching some streamers, it can be very hard to see what they're talking about because sometimes on a phone, the screen's so tiny. Like there's a cat. I know there's like Zeds over everything at the moment, so it's a little bit hard to see, but let's see. Chicken, funny thing is there's like a couple of different sizes. You've got like the big sow, you've got like the other size sow, and then up here you've got like the tiny piglet. So I've got like all three, like the juvenile and that in one. Here's a baby goat. You can barely even see it. I can barely see it. Look, if you can't see the details on it, just know my mouse is bigger than this thing. So there's a little sheep. I love these. I don't know. I love these fucking little things. I don't even get what I like about them so much, but I just like sheep. The thing is, if you show me a sheep in the real world, they're like, I don't know, semi-scare the hell out of me just because of their like horizontal eyes. Same with goats, not gonna lie. I'll eat a goat, but like, you ask me to look into its eyes and it like steals my soul in the depths of like everything else that comes with it. I don't know. I know it's like a special like eye type so they can see predators easier when they're like grazing, but still. Alright. So I'm hoping to get some of this shit built, and my only problem is, you guys, I forgot to tell you to rip up the floor, but you would have done all the other medicinal shit, all the other plants and stuff. I think they're just wandering because of the schedule. Also, this is the other thing too, is I had some questions about this. This won't take them long, but it's easier to delegate this stuff as you get a person, as opposed to trying to delegate it overall. Like one of my really big group, when I had to try to delegate this for 21 people straight off the bat, it was very, very hard to figure out who I want doing what. Plus, some of these people are like a skill of 6 and I've got them at 2, but then other people are like skill of 8 and I've got them at 1. And yet if you scroll all the way up here, I've got a skill of 11 and they're 1. It also depends on their person as well. What was that, Grim? You had Japanese curry, minced stew, and pasta. It's so good. Housemate can't have spicy stuff. Love the taste of it. Japanese curry is great for that. No spice, but tasty like one. See, the thing is with Japanese curry is you can get anything from mild up to very hot in Australia. And it's a good curry because it stays tasting rich without being spicy on the very low level, on the mild. But then when you get up to very hot, it's the same rich curry. It's just spicier. They do a really, really good job with Japanese curry, I must admit. That is one of those ones where it's so low effort to use and so simple to make. And it tastes just fucking amazing. Like, if you ever get a chance, you come across one of those things in a store, they've got a little recipe on the back if you're not sure what to do with it. And it's not only like potatoes, carrots, and a little bit of meat. You don't even have to use meat. I use tofu. And honestly, it's the same fucking thing. It's still delicious. And yeah, it has Grim said, you end up with so much leftovers. And yeah, the toasties are pretty good with it, especially if you've got just the curry sauce. It's so good. And I don't know about you, Grim, but when I make Japanese curry, right, I make very hot. And I use this massive, like, it's literally about the length of an actual brick, like a wall brick kind of thing, right? And it makes us 16 curries, 16 individual meals from that one curry pack. It's pretty good. The only problem is I can only make half that amount of rice. So yeah, I always have to make more rice later in the week. But I like making this thing called pepper rice. And pepper rice is where you get like white rice and you get a little bit of black rice. And when it boils through, the black rice stains the overall color of the entire rice this gorgeous purple. Like, it's almost about this color, actually. I know this is supposed to be blue, but that's kind of the color. No, you're not giving up. But yeah, you got a few rejections. That's just not how it's going to be. And I don't think any of these guys have one of those things. So I feel sorry for you, mate. Poor choice. Poor choice. You just take him down. There we go. Okay. Look, how bad is he? The funny thing is that that's actually how you get them out of these psychotic breaks. Like, they don't just fuck off after they wake up. I'm going to need to take a quick minute just to get him good. Can you rescue him? What's your health like? You're mostly fine. Okay, so somebody should tend to him. I think it was only... It's not even that hurt. Oh yeah, somebody's tending. Cool, alright. Well, if that's the case, did you guys end up hunting? You did hunt the animals. As soon as he's been tended to, we'll get out of here. I like how these blocks are going out to the side. Run into wilds after rejection. Jeez, Grim. This guy has had a few rejections, unfortunately. He asked somebody and they rejected him. And then he asked somebody else. No, he was in a relationship. And so he'd managed to get into a relationship. And then that person broke it off with him. And so he's like, oh, that's awful. So he moved on, right? He moved on super quick. Good on him. And he turned around and asked out somebody else. And that chick also rejected him. And so now he's just feeling miserable and unloved and unwanted and stuff. And I'm like, you poor bloke. Like, nobody deserves that shit, you know? See, I'm gonna try to take all the meat I possibly can back since I did actually kill them. I don't think I killed this turkey and rat and shit, but the alpacas and the grizzlies should last the trip home. They're good money. They're really good money. Not that I'd sell that, but let's see what I can do. Can I just... 30. You reckon 30s? Like, I don't think that's it. Oh, they're already overweight with that. Alright, so that's where the problem is. I did want to take home sandstone. Honestly, any of these stones would be great, but I am taking back some blocks, so I'm not mad. I just would have liked a bit more than that. I think I needed sandstone for some dresses. Okay, well, not like I can jettison anything out of that. I'll just have to probably leave behind like a grizzly bear or something, or an alpaca or something, you know? I'll leave behind a couple of these, because, not gonna lie, I get worried about them having that scalaria stuff or whatever. I sometimes wonder if that's gonna, like, poison them or something, you know? I don't know. Okay, I can take 6 of this, and I don't think they change in weight much. They do a little bit. I could take some slate, maybe. No, it's only about 5 difference. Look, they can carry 6 sandstone back. They'll at least get us a couple more of those dresser tables. So we'll go with that. I don't think I have many left to do. Maybe I have a lot left to do. Alright. Well, either way, bringing home a few is better than none. Get that saved. Gonna lurk the monster train. Oh, yeah. No, you're not. I could give 2 shits about whether or not you're in pain, mate. Let's hope that somebody in the cooking area is going to take pity with one of these things. Alright, so somebody does have one of these, and I don't know where this thing's going to be, but I'm guessing it's in here. Yes. Okay, look. Everybody just rush out here for a second. I'll just see if I can get him down before... Okay. There we go. Oh, shit. Like, my game just lagged for a hot second, and it literally just looked like I exploded him. I don't know if you guys got the same effect, but goddamn, that was awesome. I also figured out why my computer's lagging out as well. As much as it is a little bit the internet, it also has a lot to do with the fact that one of my hard drives is basically at max capacity again. Trying to work out a good time when I can get another hard drive. I can actually fit a couple more hard drives in my computer without removing one and replacing it, so that'd be pretty good. I'll end up having like all my shit on, like all my streaming stuff on like one hard drive, and that's going to last me a couple of years at least. Be good. But yeah, the problem I've got is all my Steam games are stored on one specific hard drive that's not my C drive. And that specific hard drive is pretty chocked up at the moment. It doesn't help that like I've gotten a few new games this year and I've kind of like shoved them all on that hard drive. So yeah, it's got not a lot of space. It's like a couple hundred gigs, but in fucking hard drive terms, that's like bugger all. Oh yeah. Silverware's broken down because she's recreation deprived. I realize I've got to actually read out some of these for you guys. We've got a couple of good urns in here I want to get rid of. These statues, I have plans for these. I was going to put them in here, but I'd really like to keep bumping up the hospital. And the only way I can really do that is by kind of like, I don't know, I've got 4 in here already. I think they're all mostly all excellent. That one's only good. I could probably replace that if I wanted to. This area does have some. It's at least bringing it up. So now this one's got just a couple of little statues around here. Not a lot. But it does have a couple of urns. I want their good Ernie lockiness. So once they've moved, I'll probably pop them up there. That should give me 3 into place straight up. I only have a couple, but it'll be right. What's the art on this? This piece is an illustration of Eastern E. White, huddled beside... What was it? Huddled beside a crag, while his face slowly turns blue. E's clothes are tattered and worn. Dejected tells the story of how E is getting hypothermia. Ooh. And these guys and their fucking weird-ass storytelling shit. Lincoln's in a daze. I think they're on the way home, actually. I'm not surprised that they're bitching that they're recreationally starved and shit. So that reminds me, this hospital. Did you guys haven't moved him out of there yet? I can't wait till they're all in their own individual room here. That'd be so great. It'd be so good. Obviously don't have like good lights, so that was the other thing I was working on, was bringing in better power. More consistent power, but I need a lot of steel. Unfortunately, a lot of these aren't going to be the priorities, but it'd be up to where they put it. You guys are still feeding the animals. That's so good. I do like that they're making the time to actually make sure the animals are fed, because sometimes they just don't do it, eh? Where are we going? I don't have a lot of bonded animals, which is fair. I have a lot of animals in general, and there's a lot that are getting trained, so there's not a lot that have a lot of free time. If I only had a handful of animals, all of them would probably be trained and or bonded, but I just don't have that. Alright, I'm just having a quick squeeze through here. Like, generally speaking, keeping guinea pigs aren't the most greatest thing on this game, but their fur is very valuable. So if they can at least graze and stuff, that's good. Now, I was wondering, can I set this to... I've got burned trees, oak trees, popular trees. The auto cut in pen. I just don't see people come down here. Like, if they are auto cutting, they really are only auto cutting like what they're walking in and like looking at. Like, all of this is set up that they should come in here and cut these trees down, but they haven't been. And that's halfway between them being busy and not. He's in a shoot frenzy. Fine. We're going for wildlife. We've got a red fox out here somewhere. Up here. That's fine. Okay, well, while stuff's happening, how are these beds going? It's an excellent. And did I happen to score any other excellence? I did. So that can uninstall and go to save. And that one's an excellent. That can uninstall. All right, that's good. That gives me 2 spare beds for future. All the other beds are made. Yeah. Pretty good. Now, I was making machining tables and forging tables. My only other question is, did I have anything else? I guess I want to move these other tables and stuff up there soon. I don't know. Lumi is just barely getting some TV. Could you imagine if you're watching a show and it's literally like flicking on and off? It'd be worse than buffering. Okay, well, they're doing pretty good. I don't know if people are gonna grab food from here and literally walk over here and eat it or not. I'm considering putting like a mini room in between here and making it that's like a dining space or something, so it's really close to food. I don't have any problem with that kind of suggestion up here. All right, how you guys going? It's taking forever because it's winter. Just gonna straight up speed it up. Gotta keep an eye on wildlife. Beyond that, I mean, winter's not too bad. Winter's kind of the time where if I get it good enough, I can kind of like build up some level of spare resources and stuff. I really wish you guys would move him to a different room. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw this on